it's settled in, bro. Like I don't think you realize you just done something that not many people have done throughout their career, and that kind of
So
puts you in a
usually
category.
when it comes to shows, I don't really feel it until Tuesday,
Okay,
just because travel and then I get back into routine. I'm too wired to even like take a breather. It's usually like Tuesdays when it'll hit me for sure.
I got you. So this is one thing, bro. I've had the opportunity to follow you now for a little bit. You kind of came on my radar about 2 years ago. I thought you had one of the most unique physiques in the division, and seeing your progression from then to now is insane. This is why I'm excited to have you on here. But I realized I've known you as a bodybuilder and a guy with a great physique, but you were also very similar to like a Chiron Holden, where I don't feel like I knew much about you other than the fact you had a great physique. So I actually wanted to start with a little bit of your background, bro. Like one, where are you from? What do you do outside of bodybuilding? Like, let us know a little bit more about Dallas.
Cool. Yeah, yeah. I mean, before we really get started, I want to just take a breather, take a pause, and show my appreciation for letting me even be on this podcast.
Sure.
And, Prob, I admire you and your coaching skills. That's pretty dope. Alex, you don't understand what you've done. You being, a business owner, you're an awesome, great coach. You know what you're doing. And on top of that, the athlete, right? You're awesome. And now you're a father. Happy Father's Day, and a
Thank you,
husband.
brother.
So
Thank you.
that
Thank you.
all you're wearing like five different hats, man. And I want to just say like it's incredible the work that you've done and still produce awesome results. I want to just give you the flowers that you deserve, before we get started. I'm a yapper, so I gotta get this out the
No,
way.
I love that, brother. I love that. I really appreciate that, man.
Yeah, man. So for me, I would say I've always been kind of like a resilient guy, someone that always looks to keep going forward, moving forward. And I wasn't really supposed to really do bodybuilding in the beginning because my purpose, my goal was always to help people, and I wanted to become a lawyer. But turns out that's not where I'm at right now, It takes a certain level of mindset and maturity that I didn't have coming out of college. So it was just a hard shock. So I pivoted. And as I was doing law and working at the courthouse, this and that, I was helping a lot of my coworkers get into shape. And so that's how I kind of, got into fitness a bit. And then over time, I was also a CrossFit coach, man. I would say
CrossFit.
CrossFit. Oh yeah.
Hold on.
CrossFit.
Your
And
your
this is
big
the
ass, your big ass did CrossFit?
So I got into CrossFit Kool-Aid hard, and this is back in 2021, right
That's so
after
much
COVID.
pain.
And it was because of CrossFit that I actually found a love for fitness and competition because we did lots of CrossFit events at this gym, CrossFit DNR out in Fort Collins.
So I got a
And
question
I
about.
thought I was going to
I
be
know you're
really
good,
good
bro.
because I was an ex-athlete, this and that. But I always got beat by I always got beat by the smallest girl. Her name is Annie. She's maybe 5 foot, and she can power clean, power lift, do all these crazy movements. And I'm like, how is she beating me? And I'm quick. Look, I ran track. I was quick, but she was just excellent and everything. And it just made me realize that CrossFit isn't for me. But I
If
also
you were
learned.
if you were doing CrossFit 2021, when did you start bodybuilding?
Yeah, we're gonna get to that, man.
Okay.
So,
Super
2021,
question.
I started CrossFit. I got it. I did it for about 2 years, and I started coaching after the third. Um, and the CrossFit coach was like, "Hey, you actually kind of suck at this." So I started changing a little bit of my training style. So I did like a hybrid between just strength training and CrossFit. And there was a gym across the street, Crunch Fitness. So I would do like the Metcon at CrossFit. I would go to the Crunch and just top off certain movements. And I saw a couple guys there, and I was like, "You guys look like you're bodybuilders. What do you do?" So then I just started following them around, seeing what they lifted, trained the same way they did, and they eventually convinced me. It took 4 people to tell me to do a show, and I told them I don't want to get on stage wearing underwear and this and that, get oiled
Okay.
up. I didn't want to do anything like that. So I avoided that whole scene.
He was like, "You live with that."
It
Macho's
wasn't
like,
for me.
"Yeah." Macho's like, "I don't know, guys."
You know, so after a while, I just said, what the heck? I made it my New Year's resolution to just do a show very cliche start. So
So what year was that?
2022 now.
Okay, so
Now we're in
2022,
2022. It
you
was when
made
I
a commitment to yourself that you want to step on stage. Was it that
January
year?
6th, 2022 is when I started.
This
And
makes
that's
it
when I
all
was
the
like,
more impressive.
Bro, that is insane. That is
so then I
insane.
did a show July of that year, 2022, and I got second place. And I was like, okay, not bad. It
So that
wasn't,
that was your first regional show.
that was my very first regional
Let me
show.
guess, Dallas, you turned pro in 2023?
I turned pro 23. So my 22 prep, it was like me bouncing ideas, watching YouTube videos, and using bodybuilding form for guidance, and also bouncing ideas from a CrossFit coach and my mentor. So we're just like, figuring things out. Oh, this looks good. Let's try it. And then me really being in the fitness space, I kind of understand my body a bit. And so doing CrossFit, and I learned how to do calisthenics really dang good. So a lot of pull-ups was involved in this. And then I went on to go to nationals because I was like technically qualified because I got second place
Mhm.
in 22. So I didn't. And luckily I waited. 23, I met my very first pro, and shout out to Ben Quill because I met him at the Arnold at 23. And I was like, damn, these guys are freaking huge. But as I saw Sid Gillian on stage, I saw Aaron Banks on stage, and I was like, okay, it's not that far of a reach as long as I just keep
Hmm.
going and I don't stop. Um,
Hold on. I like that real quick. That's not most people's mindset. Most times
yeah.
when their first time beginners looking at the Arnold stage, Olympia stage, the first thought typically is that's going to be out of reach. So your mindset was different from the rip, just thinking that
Oh yeah.
you could share that
Oh
with them
yeah.
one day.
My thing is nothing is impossible. You just have to just have the right people in the right corner, ask the right questions, and then if you visualize it, I think you can get anything you want. So
Let
My
me ask you this
question to
question
you is,
real quick. Do you think that bodybuilders all should have a sense of delusion, at least a small sense of delusion in their
I think it
character?
helps. It helps for sure just to, think outside the box. I will say this, weird people get weird results, and if you're going to stand out, just be delusional.
You should be
So,
at least a little bit delusional about your life, period. You should if your dreams ain't big enough, if they ain't scaring you, they ain't big enough. So like if you're not even like, I'm not saying to be totally delusional, but
Mhm.
like, yo, bro, you gotta be a little bit delusional to go chase shit.
I
I
love
mean,
it.
I would say bodybuilding is not an average person sport, so you can't just,
Well,
think average. You gotta think above and beyond.
Love it.
I
I
like
love
that
it.
one.
So just a quick recap. So you stepped on stage for the first time in 2021. That
22.
2020, 2022, turned pro
Yeah.
in 23.
Yeah.
And how fast from
when
there?
you turned pro, Dallas, what did you weigh?
I think I was about 150, 151.
Jesus Christ, bro.
Yeah. My
That's
very
wild.
first show, I was 143, I believe.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah,
So
so that's where the name Skinny Macho kind of like built, but the names, and I know that's where you want to ask too. We'll talk a little bit more about that. But so 2023, I was at USA's, and me being a fitness person, fitness coach, coaching people, I thought I knew everything. And then I had a coach, she was telling me to feed, and I didn't listen to her because I'm like, oh, I don't want to eat too much. I'm gonna get fat. I'm gonna spill over. I didn't know what that terminology meant at that time, but I just went with it. So I didn't eat, I didn't carb up, and I lost the overall because I came in real skinny, and the guy that won was also natural. So I was like, you know what?
Is that where the name came from? Skinny Macho?
I love it.
Yeah.
I
So
love it.
you
It
just said
flows,
something
bro.
there.
No, it came from my mom. I would run around the house back in Ghana, no muscles, just flexing my arm, and then she would just like call me skinny macho. So
Hercules.
You
yeah,
turned pro.
pretty much, yeah.
You turned pro natural then, Dallas.
Yes,
Correct?
sir.
Oh, you turned pro naturally.
Yep.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so now this timeline is kind of crazy here because it's making me realize how fast you kind of, came through the ranks here. So you turned pro in 2023, all right? I guess
Yeah.
from that point, I guess your first pro win was what, 2025, 2024?
Last year was my first.
So 20,
No, so my first pro show was Wasatch 2024, and you
okay.
guys covered it. I'm gonna tell you why, because I'm an overthinker and I'm an overanalyzer,
Oh no.
and I saw this happening. You guys saw me, but didn't know who I was. The only person I knew who I was Andre, because I went to Memento Mori, so he was up to
I
date.
tell everybody I turned the light on to Macho. Ain't nobody know who Macho was before me.
But
Y'all
yeah,
still don't know who he is. Like I've been new. I looked over like, who the fuck is this nigga?
yeah, you guys missed that. I was right in front of you. Drew was like he had an idea. So I look at everyone's micro expressions when they talk, when they just do things, and Drew caught something, but none of you guys did. So
I like
shout out
that.
to Drew as well.
I like that,
Drew
bro.
knows this.
Hey, let me ask you this, right? There's a lot of people covering bodybuilding now more than it ever has been, especially going into a show. Are you somebody who allows that to kind of get into your head? Like, how do you navigate the bodybuilding emotions leading into a show with all the media coverage now?
Um, Truthfully, I think I'm someone that keeps my circle very tight.
Hmm.
And that even includes the people that I let in. So I don't really pay attention to the noise. I really protect my energy. That's really how I'm able to stay real calm, real cool, and collected. So any noise that comes in, I just like, it
Filter
has
it out.
nothing to do with me because it hasn't happened to me.
Okay.
Usually, people that have that mindset, it's because of letting people in the past, kind of screwing you up in your energy. So is that why, or have you just always been like that?
Not necessarily,
Yeah,
bro.
I don't think
Yo, bro, it's just yo, you don't have to go through bad things to know that's a bad thing.
No, I
Like
was wondering if that's
not like
something. I was
yo,
asking the question, so
I
I know
know, but
what
like
it
I
would
ain't
be.
gotta step in shit to know it's shit.
look, no,
True.
I think naturally I just don't tolerate BS or
Yeah.
tolerate things that
Yo,
doesn't
Macho's a
impact me.
how should I say this? Macho's a quiet person.
Yeah.
So like being a quiet person, Macho just naturally, intuitively isn't just gonna have mad random people
He
around him.
also he also doesn't pay attention to the noise. I feel like I saw him this last weekend before the Body be1 show, and I'm standing there and I'm
But
like, "Yo, Macho, you're about to go and be in the mix here." And Macho goes, "Yeah, man, we'll see what happens." And I'm like,
but that's him
"You
being
just
a
won
quiet but prob that's just him being a quiet
for sure."
person. That's just him being a quiet person, like, yeah, like
But I think that'll help his bodybuilding career long term, right? Because a guy like that who could stay even kill after winning a show, and then obviously you're going in as a favorite, and he's telling me, "Hey, man, I'll just see what we got this weekend." Most guys will
mhm.
go come in like on that high and be riding that high. He came in
Yeah,
even
nah.
kill and did his thing.
Every weekend is another pro show, and
Oh yeah.
they're all real shows. Like
So
people be forgetting that part. Like, bro, there's another one next week, and it's a real show.
that's wild. So Dallas, let's fast forward. You turned pro. You did your first pro show at Wasatch. How was the outcome? What was your emotions after that? And then from there, fast forward to your first pro win.
So I was reach high and I just was like, hey, let me just get in the first call out. So very happy that I landed in the first call out. And I knew once I got in there, all I had to do was make them move me, make them see me, make me just pop. So I kind of did something a little different. That's why my posing is the way it is. I'm not the biggest guy on stage, but I can make myself look big in my posing, and I really fine tune. I look at lots of things with my physique where I'm like, I like this part, I don't like this. How can I enhance it? So I really curated my posing for one to give myself that look. You guys like, oh, I didn't see that guy and separate. So. Yeah, I would say my posing got me into that first call out, and then from there, it was just up to the judges to make the decision of where
Are
they
you
want to
a
put.
creative person, Macho?
I used to be. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna say I still am. Yeah,
I,
It seems like you're very creative. Like the way
yeah.
you pose, the way you move, the way you do certain things, like it seems like you have flow to your overall character
I'm
and
inspired a lot by what I see outside and people's movements. So that's really what this is. It's just me moving through space and it doesn't make sense.
hmm.
I would say always when it comes to posing specifically, it's intentional. What am I trying to display? What am I trying to show? For this, it's all about my strengths. So I'm gonna stay in the back for a while and just give you guys what I got in the back, because that's my money shot as of right now. Until I develop the other things, but I'm gonna give you the back, right?
I love that. So you mentioned there was inspiration based around your posing. Is there any men's physique athlete specifically that you've kind of modeled your posing after?
I look at everyone, all the way from George Brown to Chiron to even we can go into the classic,
Mm.
right? We can go old school. Bob Harris, love Bob Harris in his posing style. So he's all about how can I show my physique in any way I move. So I look at Bob Harris, Frank Zane, and even William Franklin. When he switched from physique to classic, when he did the salute, I look through timelines of posing and I see different styles and selections of things, and I choose what fits my physique and what do they have, that mimics mine.
I love that, bro. You're a student of the game, is what it is. You're taking the best from others and kind of making it individualized for you. And I think
Exactly. I mean, I came to this game very late, right? So I'm like trying to play catch up and do all my history and learn people.
Of course.
you caught up, bro. You
Yeah.
caught up. You caught up. Okay, let's fast forward. All right. Your first pro win was optimal, if I'm not mistaken, 2025.
Yep.
Correct. Last
So
year.
what was your feeling after that win? And was that the feeling that you felt you quote unquote belong?
That's a tough one because that was when I switched coach.
Okay.
Um, and so it was mixed feelings, sadness that, I couldn't do with my previous coach, but also that I did belong. So I couldn't really celebrate because I was sad and I was, it was just a lot of things going on at that time. So I really didn't get to really relish in that win. Um, but yeah, I was like, I wanted to prove myself again because I went and did the mile high a week or 2 weeks later, and I
Mhm.
probably shouldn't have because I was running for a very long time, 18 weeks, and my body was tired, and I was trying to push all the way just for the giggles of it too.
And at
Because
that
I
point,
really truly enjoy bodybuilding, and I love stepping on stage, and I want to show the physique to the world, right?
at that point, were you on PEDs? Was that your first prep?
So my first prep was back in 24 with PEDs. So
Okay.
the Wasatch, yeah.
Okay, I got you. So you mentioned that you got a new coach, right? And I know that feeling, right? I was with a coach for a long time, and I know the emotions that kind of come with that, especially when you're in the midst of it, right? Especially in the midst of a prep and going from show to show. Like I said, I've been there before, and it's definitely not easy. But then is your current coach the coach that you found back then? Because
No, so I after my previous coach, then I kind of like bounced ideas back and forth with another men's physique competitor, Chris Deja. He
okay,
kind of helped me out a little bit, and then he passed that along to Chris Aceto, right? So then that's where things. So Chris prepped me for Ace of Stage last year and the Olympia, and I'm still with him as of now.
Yep.
okay. And what you were looking for out of a coach then, did you find that with Chris? Outside of just the physique in itself.
I always knew I was going to be a good competitor. I just needed to have someone help me with my weakness.
Mhm.
And you guys have mentioned so many times, oh, the dryness to, just get a little tight with the skin. And so I got very fortunate enough to be paired with Chris Aceto, and he's fixed that for me.
I love that, bro. Yeah, man, he's a legend. And I think a lot of times, he's not known for what he's done in men's physique until, I think Ali Bilal kind of opened that gates up. But, it's very similar to how Neil Yoda Hill started to get those at bats in the division and started to hit home runs with it. And now I think Chris is going to start doing that, with the people like you and
Ali.
Ali and, carry that momentum into it. So let's fast forward modern day. All right. You've
Yep.
been to the Olympia stage 25. Congratulations, by the way. But this year's different, bro. The progress that you made from then to now, it's notable. The density. I've always said that you've had a very unique physique that it's hard to compare you to many people. I think I compared you a few different times to Corey Morris. But when I saw you in person, I do think there's similarities, but I also don't think there's many or anybody in the league who has a physique that's like yours. Like it's very unique. Is there anybody physique wise that you feel like you look similar to?
No, I think Aaron Banks said it the first time he saw me. He said you have a unicorn physique
Mhm.
out of nowhere. Um,
I think he looks like someone from the front, but someone completely different from the back.
Ooh,
yeah.
Like his physique doesn't match one person.
Yep.
I
From
agree.
the front, he looks similar to this person. To the from the back, he looks similar to that person.
I
All right.
would say now looking at it, I think I can match anybody. you know. I'll just be like I can match anybody from the back and the front, but I can't do both of the same person.
Okay.
So
I like that.
it's
So,
just different. Yeah.
Dre, who would you say he looks like from the front?
I don't know. I'd have to look harder.
Yeah, I think I think
But
you're
his back looks like Corey Morris in 2016, 17.
okay.
I
Like
need my back to look like
Corey
Keon.
Morris built a lot of his back up from when his back looked like that. So like someone like Macho in 2, 3 years, his back's just gonna look nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, my goal is to look like Keon Pearson's. That's the back I need right there.
That'd be wild, bro.
So
Men's physique. All right.
that's
So I want to say this too, because we've been talking about this on the podcast pretty consistently. I think Drew brought this up last week, brought up a great point where the physique in person is much different than a physique when you see it on live streams, no matter how much I cover it, right? So I feel like I had a good understanding of what your physique was until I saw you backstage hitting your poses in that world's classic lighting that Will had set up. It was dope, bro. That is when I realized how fucking on point you were. And that's when I also realized your physique was very different than anybody's that I've seen before. You're,
This is also another level of Macho, though, right?
yeah,
This year he's kicked it up a gear for sure. Because I saw him out Optimum last year, and this is seeing him in person at the even Alabama show. This is a very different version.
yeah,
yeah,
100%.
yeah.
Your,
Um,
go ahead.
yeah. Sorry, continue.
No, no, I was just gonna say, like, what was it? I know you mentioned you teamed up with Chris Aceto, but like, is it the added density that you've added? Like, how much muscle did you put on from the last time you stepped on stage or the last win at Optimal?
I think I weigh less now.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a
So yeah.
explain that because I think a lot of times people people need to hear this. I know exactly what I'm
Yeah.
going to say.
I mean, yeah, I put on a total of, I mean, the heaviest I got this off season was about 205. I've never been 195 my whole life, right? So I got to 205.
Okay.
But now stepping on stage, I'm like 173. Last year I stepped on stage, I was about 180, 182. Like I was over my weight at my first show last year
Shit.
by point 0.9 pounds. And yeah, so
So for you, you just needed to, pull down harder for a coach to be like, look, we got to get to that next level of conditioning, and we got to really, really, pull it down and get you to the best conditioning of your life. You had the tissue. Now it just shows a little bit better because you're leaner, so you have more pop. You have more balance. There's a lot of better things to your physique.
yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yeah, I'm 9 pounds under my weight cap currently, so we have a lot of room to work with here.
Well, wait, so you were at your weight cap what last year, but now you're 9 pounds under your cap?
Yeah, I was at my weight cap. I was fat, right? So this is not even like the final physique, y'all. This is not the final form.
Bro, that
Like
is crazy.
it's gonna keep growing, it's gonna keep getting better, and we're just getting started.
Bro, that's wild for this physique to be 9 pounds under the cap. That's incredible.
I'm a
Drew,
kid.
yeah, how old are you? That's a good point. How old are you?
Yeah,
Me?
I'm 27, right? Sorry,
Young.
28. Whoa. I just
That's what we call prep brain.
I
Yo.
just turned 28. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
So yeah, I'm still very fresh into this game and I'm going up against grown men with kids. So
Sure.
That's a
uh
fact, bro. That is a fact.
I'm one of them.
yeah.
But Drew, did you get a chance to see Worlds this past
Yeah.
weekend?
Yeah.
Break down to me what you saw.
I just saw proportion. I saw symmetry for Macho. I saw a more polished version. I saw his angles. He's finding his sweet spots. He looks comfortable. Nothing's awkward. The flow was there. It was just in this lineup dominant. I
Yeah.
mean, aside from him, there's other critiques I have for the other guys, but just for him, it was just very dominant. The polish that he has, your eyes go to him. The small waist, the balance. It's nice to look at. Even when you were playing all these videos, I'm rewatching it and just watching it. It's I love bodybuilding. It's art. It's a form of art. The posing is also different, but it suits his physique, and you can tell that he enjoys it. He's gradual and fluent with it. So great physique, bro. I mean, I know you're proud of yourself, and you should be because the improvements and just going back to back on the wins, regardless of the wins. I always knew who you were. You were on the radar. You're that much better, bro. The physique was there. It just coming together even more. And now that you're tighter and harder, more polished, that's why you're under the cap. Now, like if you needed to add more density tissue, that's going to come. But right now it's just peaking. And like you said, it's not even your final form. So that's what makes it even more exciting with you coming into these shows and bodying lineups like this. And you're not even at that peak yet and you're still young. So it's cool to see, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, I appreciate that. You're Drew. I would say you're my guy because you fight for the little guys, the guys that are coming up that you see the bits and pieces, and you spoke greatly of me. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna prove him right because he's saying I can be that. So you
Oh,
saying that, I
absolutely. Even
appreciate that.
before I knew your name and things like that. Let's say you just had your face off your body and there was no status. Me and Andre were just talking about this before. Like the physique is the physique.
Yeah,
Even if I don't like somebody personally or whatever, if they have the best physique, I'm going to say, hey, this physique's winning.
yeah.
Your physique was a guy before I even knew you that it's there. Everybody wants to talk about potential, but you to go pro in 2023 naturally,
Right.
that's already a feat in itself because not everybody can do that. That's the exception to the rule that Andre usually says, just the
That's
exception.
yo,
On top of it,
that's why I feel like Macho didn't really improve, guys. He just got polished, bro. That shit's been there. Like he didn't make improvements. He didn't. That same
he
physique.
sucked down more and it pops
No,
more
he
being
just
lighter.
he just got polished.
Yeah.
He didn't make a better physique. Like it's not like he got bigger, denser shoulders or a bigger, denser back. He just got polished. Everything you see right now was sitting right there last year and the last year before, and we all saw it. He was just running the guys that were a little bit more polished than him. And if you peep him on stage, he's not the hardest, driest guy. He's not.
Yeah.
His shit is just there, bro. It looks good,
But
bro. Pick
I
me as
think
the
the
winner.
craziest thing about Macho this year, though, is when you're standing in this lineup next to Emerson and Raymond and these guys who are, hard, grainy, crispy, and not Macho standing there, you're like, he's kind of matching up to them in the conditioning aspect. We obviously know he has crazy shape and
I,
bubbliness to his physique. It's
I,
now showcasing his
I
attributes.
don't think he's as hard as Costa, not even close to
I
it,
don't think
bro.
but he doesn't have to be as hard, right?
That's
Because
what I was
he
gonna
has
say.
other
What I was gonna say
attributes.
is someone like Costa has no aesthetics, bro.
Exactly.
Like
But
I don't
the
gotta
thing
have
is,
that kind of conditioning to beat him.
but if you look at the scorecard, right, Costa is close. It's a 4-5, but Macho has now made up
Oh,
enough
it was a
ground.
four to
And
five on the card.
yeah, so when you see that, it's Macho's
Oh,
made up enough
Oh,
muscularity and
wow.
conditioning to be
I didn't know the 4-5.
closer,
Yeah, so that because I'm telling you, bro, he wasn't nowhere close to Costa's conditioning, but he doesn't have to be.
but it's
Like yo,
closer than last year, right?
shape and structure with you being in like ISO. You don't have to be the most conditioned guy in the show. You have to be in your condition, right? Now, if you're in your condition, shape and structure still and with aesthetics still beats guys who are harder than you.
But that's the thing with Dallas, right? And he's closed the gap on hitting another level of condition now. Now he can stand next to guys who are ultra peeled and still
Yeah.
get results and still come out and battle for a win because he has the round, pretty muscle to look at.
But it'd be tougher if Costa had
Of course.
aesthetics.
Of course.
like,
Of course.
like if when he runs it like all right, so look, I'll give an example. Him standing next to Ali would look a lot harder than him.
Okay.
Because you're standing next to aesthetics with that now.
Of course, right? But that's where it comes down to some guys are gifted in different aspects. Like
But
Macho's gifts are different, so it's great that he gets to
But I
stand
think
so
I
close.
think when we get to the Olympia, I
Of
think Chris
course.
Aceto ain't bringing Macho in that hard.
I will tell you that Ali and I are going to be side by side because
I was
we
gonna
did
tell
that
you,
last
yo,
year. So
bro, I
you'll
know,
have the
yo,
exact thing you guys
bro,
are talking
he's gonna
about.
bring him in way harder at the Olympia, bro.
Yeah.
Because at that show, you can't just have aesthetics.
Yep.
That
Well,
makes sense.
also, like Macho said, right? He jumped into shows early this season. He was 10 weeks into a prep and he said, "Oh, I'm gonna do this one, do this one, do this one." He's barely starting to hit that peak and that stride.
Yeah. Macho, let me ask you this. From show to show, right? What if you're doing St. Pete this weekend, what is your goal to improve on this package? Is it a fuller package? Is it a tighter package? Like in your mind, what do you think you need to do to bring an improved package?
So let me tell you about this. The cool thing now is I don't have to think about that. And that is up to Chris,
Oh,
however he wants to play it. And for me, I've taken a step back on trying to control things that I want Chris to do the absolute best that he can do with like me not having to like think or force his idea just because I want to see what he's got. It's like a
I respect the
clean
hell out of that.
slate type of thing.
I
Well,
respect the hell out
he's
of
got
I
a
don't know.
toolbox.
Gave
Yeah.
him the wheel, bro. That's all it is to it. You give him the wheel, and then you're just doing what he says, and it's just That's it.
He
You know,
definitely got a toolbox.
you know,
Yeah, that I would say that has caused me and forced me to be so calm.
mm.
I'm a I don't know if you saw me, Alex, but I was backstage reading. I
Oh.
was
Yeah, Macho be chilling back there.
I had
Yo,
the Alchemist out. I'm chilling, you know. So because I have such a great team, man. So
oh man.
the people around me make me great. My coach is awesome. He's knowledgeable. Like everything is on par for me
Ooh.
to just be a solid athlete, you know.
I
Hit my shit at 8:30. Let's go.
I want to take a quick second to slow it down and really break down what you just said, because I think athletes who are coming up need to hear this more often, even pros, bro. I think the worst thing that you do sometimes as you're longer in this sport, you become so knowledgeable that then you start to put your own thoughts, you start to learn your own body. So that means your emotion now starts to be put into the prep a little bit more. Whereas if you remember, 90% of people when they started bodybuilding, they knew nothing. So they didn't know any different what was good versus bad. They kind of just turned their brain off and allowed the coach, hopefully they hired a good coach, but a coach to do the work, right?
Oh yeah.
And I cannot tell you, that was me, bro. And as soon as I became more knowledgeable, became a coach, I started coaching people, right? I became a harder athlete to coach because I knew it. Not to say I didn't execute the plan, but I always questioned, right? I always kind of made it a little bit harder for the coach to just be the coach. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
with that, I love the fact that you are a guy now with 3 pro wins, right? You're going into another show, being the front runner. It speaks volumes, right? Because now what you're saying is, I just turn my fucking brain off and I allow the coach to do his job. Whereas I think a lot of people who get into your position, right, 3 pro wins plus or however many as they become a pro, they start to put so much of their own thought and emotion into the process. Where sometimes you just got to trust the coach, man. And that's a exact reason why I hired my coach, right? It was a new coach, somebody who was I didn't know from the start of my bodybuilding career, so on and so forth, right? Just so I can turn my brain off and just be the athlete. So I
But
thought that
one
was
thing
really
is,
important.
you and Macho, the coaches you chose, you have ultimate respect for them.
Yeah.
You put them on a pedestal, so you're gonna listen to everything they say because of the accolades, the achievements, and all these things that you've seen them do with a multitude of guys.
Yep.
Aceto's done this on a various amount of levels, open, 212, men's physique. He's doing it at the highest, mid, the every level. Same thing with, your coach Ario.
Mhm.
So as a client, the coach you need to choose is somebody you highly respect and value their opinion. Therefore, you can just shut the blinders off and go do your thing.
Oh
Perfectly
yeah,
said.
I'm a robot. Like he sends me 2 letter words, I send him back 2 letter words. Like just go.
That's the way to do it, man. You don't got to
Yeah.
have 100 million questions and have your thoughts when you already. A lot of the times, most athletes might know the answer to the question, but they want the confirmation. So it's like, wait a second. So you want me doing this? It's like, no,
Yep.
just read it, do it. That's it.
And I'm
Execute.
sure the way Macho works with Aceto, a lot of guys can't. Some guys can't take those 2 word answers. Some
Mhm.
guys can't. Macho's adapted to doing that, but some guys need a different style of coaching. So that's where you got to find what fits your mold the best.
Yeah,
Chris Aceto's not the coach for everyone.
absolutely not.
Nope.
Absolutely not, bro. Like
And
Nope.
I know Chris Aceto like that. He's not the coach for everyone.
he has the eye. He just sometimes, but people say he doesn't have like the personality that some athletes need. And
Yeah.
No, like he don't even give you a program, bro. He gonna make you send check-ins. He gonna tell you what to do for the next 3 days.
I didn't even know
That's
Oh
that.
all he's
yeah.
gonna do.
Chris will get you shredded if you have muscle or not. So the muscle part comes on, that's on you
Yeah.
to build.
I
He
respect it.
just knows what the hell he's looking at, and he knows what to push the buttons on, bro.
And I
Like he's
think
That's
really
it.
that
That's what it
good.
is, bro. You know what levers to pull.
He just knows what he's looking at, and his sample space is retarded. So it's like, dude, he's looked at this of 10,000 times. It's like, do this.
Mhm.
I know what it's gonna do. I know
He
what it's gonna
has
do.
he has the most important thing in bodybuilding. He has the eye. He could look at a various amount of athletes across different divisions and look at them and analyze and understand without even having an understanding of what they need and be like, I think that guy needs this. And when you've seen, like you said, Andre, 10,000 physiques, your eye doesn't lie. You've hit, you've missed, you've won Olympias. Like he's
And
done
that's the number one thing. Like, it's not about the hits, prob. He's missed and learned how to fix that.
exactly.
Yep.
Because people think it's the hits. No, it's the misses, bro.
Yep.
Boom.
The
100%.
Oh
hits
yeah.
don't have the same data misses have, bro.
Because the hits coaches don't look at the data. That's the
Because you,
thing, right?
but
Because it's a hit.
even if you did, right? Um, it's like that doesn't teach you how to fix a mistake. Like when you run into a problem now, the hits don't teach you how to fix the problems.
Fact, bro. Fact. Drew, real quick, give us a speed round breakdown of the top six, and I want to talk about the St. Pete Pro
Top six
Okay.
where?
right here. Do you see it on the screen?
He's on his phone. You got to swipe over.
No, I'm already over to the last page. It's all four of y'all. That's probably why. Oh, here we go. Okay.
Okay. So we have Tyler Sanchez here. Always has a dope look as far as just his structure, right?
Who's Tyler Sanchez?
Sixth place.
Right
Okay.
here.
Needs more conditioning. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be more conditioning. Fixes posing a little bit too. Looks like he's flexing the pec a little bit. The core, I think a little bit more core work would just bring out a little bit more etched detail in the abs, but it's overall going to be the conditioning. The biggest thing with him, just aside to the rest of the guys as well that I noticed, but he has density. It just seems like a few things are more developed
He looks like
than
he's in
other
shape
things.
to me.
Yeah. So Dre, one thing I've noticed about him is yes, he comes in condition. He just doesn't have the best detail. Like his body itself doesn't have a lot of lines that even when he gets conditioned, it doesn't get exaggerated. Like a Drew, for example, when he's peeled, it gets
I was gonna,
exaggerated.
I was gonna say, yo, the guy looks great. The other guys just look better.
Go to the back.
The back has some good density to it
He
also.
has a good back.
Other guys just look better. He's not out of shape. The guys just look a little better than him.
Yeah, I just think the posing as well. I don't know if
Maybe the camera's
posed here.
catching him. You know how the bag
Yeah,
poses.
yeah,
do, Drew?
the mid pose
Yeah,
as
you know how the
well.
bag poses. Do.
Yeah, we just think a little bit more detail as far as like core work and things like that. Not clenching the pack. I have seen him more conditioned. That's why I say conditioning.
So
It
look,
could
so
be
look,
stage lighting and things like that.
let me ask you a question, Drew. Right? A little bit more conditioning. Where do you put him?
I wouldn't change the placing.
Still
needs
so
other
that's
things
my
that he
point.
needs to fix, but that's why
I'm
I'm
about to
breaking
say
that down.
that's my point. Like, yo, them guys are just a little bit better than him.
Yeah, just individual breakdown. That's what I would say.
Oh, okay,
His specific
okay,
physique, not
okay,
even in the comparisons.
okay.
So you got Raymond. I competed with him last year, I believe, at the Hurricane Pro.
Yep.
Really impressive. He's a really tall guy too, and he has really wide clavicles. He's filled out in most areas. I say probably a little bit more chest, just because his shoulders are very dominant. You know, it's hard to downsize something that you already have.
What are you talking about right now?
Fifth.
More chest?
More chest because his shoulders look
More
like they're
chest.
extremely dominant. Yes.
More, yo, bro. He's the only guy with his chest hanging off his body.
I'm saying
in
in
this lineup,
proportion,
bro.
yeah, next to other people, but in proportion to his shoulders. Look at his shoulders compared to everybody else.
Yo, I've never heard you say more chest for someone like Banks, and Banks has the most retarded shoulders in this world. For you to think that guy needs more chest just because of his delts, his chest is still bigger than his delts.
That's what I would think, just sitting there, and it also looks like they're flexing a little bit more too.
Even with pumpkin delts, his chest is still huge.
Drew, I see what you're saying here. It looks like
I'm not saying it's not huge. I'm just saying as far as the proportions from what I see, as wide as he is, just a little bit more fuller chest.
More area to fill out.
Yeah. Again,
or it could be a posing thing. It looks like they're both angular a little bit as far as like flexing on both sides.
Yo, his chest looks huge.
Also needs overall muscularity, right? In this type
That's what I think. That's what I think is missing. He has gaps. He just needs to fill in the overall muscularity.
Back again, Alex.
His conditioning is always phenomenal.
Yeah, he has really, really good conditioning. He's
Yeah,
really
he just got to fill in the gaps.
Yeah.
I will never forget. I don't know if
because that's like, all right, so this is like a body, like these are these bodies that like someone like Corey Morris had in 2016. And all he had to do was fill in the gaps. Like, you know what I mean? He already had everything. And it's like, bro, you just need a little bit more overall muscularity. There's no direct weakness in his physique. He just needs more overall muscularity and fill in the gaps, and he has everything.
So you're saying muscularity as a whole, or do you want to say
as a whole? Yeah, because he doesn't need a bigger chest. His chest is in proportion to his delts, bro. All of these guys have smaller chest than him. So if we're gonna say this guy needs more chest, then everybody else needs more chest.
I also think for Ray last year, you know, when he did the San Antonio show, that's where he really, really nailed his look. And
I don't know this guy.
Let's go to his profile real quick too. I want to see his front post one more time.
I don't know this guy.
They don't have
it's right there. Ray. No, it's right there. Go back to that, Alex. Go back to that.
Where is it?
And look at the comments. Ray will. I have right there. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know this guy.
Great look for him.
Bro, when I saw him,
Show me a front pose.
look at this right here.
That's him.
San Antonio on the right.
Bro, look at this peak on the
Yeah,
right.
see, look. So look, his physique looked like it had more overall muscularity before.
Hold on, I'm gonna go try
Because
to
of the way it was posing. Now I'm seeing something different than the. Now there's a other photo that I just saw with the chest also looking like it's pinched.
hold on. No, Drew, I know exactly what you're talking about. He does engage his chest a little bit and then kind of wrinkles up a little bit.
Mm.
So that's what if you're saying that. Oh, here it is, bro. This package that he brought, if I'm not mistaken, was this his pro debut?
Yes, sir.
Bro, this is
Phenomenal.
pro debut, second place. This was
Yeah,
fucking.
yo, he lost some muscle, bro.
No, I don't think he lost some muscle, man. I think it's a peaking thing, right?
Water,
No,
cut the water too hard.
not even just that. You hit this look once in a very long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, that's your guard. I call that the guard tier physique.
Yep.
That was his guard tier right
He
there.
walked out against Alex Rogers and got second here, and people were
Yeah.
shocked.
So look, what I see is, yo, he had more water in his body.
Bro,
I don't even know if it's necessarily a fluid
The
thing. Right?
fluid just makes him. It looks like the fluid just makes him look more muscular. Like even his waist, he didn't.
He's setting in that pose better too. The chest
In
looks
that other,
relaxed and
in
therefore
the other,
looking fuller.
in the new show he just did, he looks tighter and harder, no doubt about it. But in this one, he just looks like his pop is different.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this was a top 3 peak of 2025. I believe it was. This look was insane, bro. This is what I call maximizing the physique that you have.
I fuck with it.
Insane dryness. Now, but shout out to him again. He's been a pretty consistent guy in most of the shows he's been doing, finding himself in that conversation. Moving on to fourth place. So this was probably the biggest shock of the show. I'm not sure if you guys are up to date with what happened. This guy won the
He turned pro, right?
Yeah, he turned pro.
He won overall. Did he win the overall?
Yeah, he won overall. At Junior Nats, he class H, just over 6'2", is my height, just over 6'2", 239 weight cap as a pro.
He's a big boy.
Yeah, I think he weighed in at 225, 220 on stage.
I felt every bit. Pause. But
I'm dead. That was definitely a pausable offense, Macho.
Brady cracking into the top 4 here is big time, especially because I think there's a lot of small tweaks he can make from a perspective of being a little bit more conditioned, harder, and also his peak would then be better. Him getting 4th here should give him a lot of confidence going into the rest of the season and just do well.
Yeah, I'm telling you guys right now, as impressive as his physique was, he can still improve like a good bit. He was not like he can get tighter and even still get fuller. His physique is not even close to being maximized. And keep in mind, this is a tall guy. He's class H, and he does a good job filling out his frame. If he can just fix his posing a little bit more too, to add some more general comfort in his front shot, because he looks a little stiff here, right? But I'm telling you, this guy's going to be a fucking freak. He can stand next to most guys' muscularity, especially through the shoulders and the arms. He definitely needs to improve his back, but I'm telling you, you can clearly see that this guy was a pro-ready physique based compared to everybody else in that lineup. It was awesome to see it. But again, same thing. Not many people are doing this. Being able to step on stage as an amateur, a few hours later, top 4. Again, it speaks volumes. All right, Bassa. Dre, what are you seeing from Bassa throughout this year? This is his third.
He's starting to fade now.
Okay, so you see his physique starting to head back in the opposite direction.
Yeah, like when you look at him in his transitions, you can see that he's holding a lot now, and he don't got the pop no more. Like if you look at the video, like look at this, right? Click on this right here, yo. Yeah, yup. Look at the pop, right? And look how his waist comes in so tight. If you look at him now, it just all looks soft. Like it's a peak thing, but his body looks like it's just getting tired now.
So this is the problem, right? Because
you gotta remember, Alex, right? That you probably go in the same place. You gonna go into? I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna still let you go into that, right? But yo, everybody can't run 1,000 shows and you can't stay on gear forever. Eventually, the body gonna have to get tired. But I know where you're going, so go ahead. I'm gonna let you say it.
No, I mean you kind of took the words out of my mouth. Like this is
it was about the conversation me and you had that one day. How we were basically talking about we gonna see who can last longer.
Exactly, bro.
Right?
Before you go into that, can I say what I think real quick? And this is from my personal experience as well. One of the biggest factors, aside from your receptors or running the gauntlet, as you would say he's doing, is not just consistency of the peak or your body getting used to thing. It's the mental aspect of it. you start to get to a point where you get really, really frustrated. You know, you might think that you should have placed higher or
No,
not.
no, 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 no. That's where you get to. Stop projecting,
I
Drew.
am. I said from my experience. This
Yeah,
is
but
what
no,
I think.
but you're trying to project that onto Bassa
I'm
now.
not projecting it to him. This is
You
what I
said,
think. I'm talking from experience of when you run the gauntlet. Me, for
but,
example,
but we're
this
talking
could,
about Bassa,
yeah, but
Drew.
this could this not be something that
You know,
happens?
I actually agree with Drew here
Here's a
that,
point.
this happens to a
Is it a
lot of athletes
possibility? Because you don't know if his
consistently.
receptors are
What I'm
shot.
saying, what I'm
That's
saying is
also a
we don't
projection.
know. That's why I'm not projecting that onto him.
Yeah, but you just said receptors.
No,
Like
but
He
what
people
we
could,
start to see
he
how
could,
long
but
they
look,
could
Drew,
last.
right? Drew, let's say he's in a fine mental state. Then what? We
no,
don't know
not even
what we don't.
Scott though.
We,
Yeah,
No,
but you don't know. What I'm
let's talk.
saying
right,
is
we don't know. That's what
the
I'm saying. We don't know.
mindset from going to show, and I did this last year, is when you have no expectation, you go into it. And I had this conversation with you the other day, Dre. You got to talk me out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes, yes.
You know?
I could see in some spots people do get frustrated, right? I can understand that. But
Yeah.
some people don't get frustrated. They just realize, yo, this is the season. I just gotta work.
it's
I
also
get
not a frustration thing though, right? It's guys, let's be real. We've all, you guys have all competed at the highest level. Think about it like this. At one point, your body is going to get tired,
Yes.
mentally, physically, emotionally. I mean, imagine the pressure. You're trying to collect points to go to the Olympia, and you're thinking, man, I got another third. God damn it, I got only three on
I
the
gotta do
board.
another one. I gotta do, yeah. And look, that's coming from somebody who expected to already be sitting down and be qualified.
So I agree with Drew, though, that those things take a toll on you from a
Oh, they
mental,
100% take a
physical.
toll on you, but I wasn't saying that part, Prob. What I was saying is we don't know if that's necessarily what he's going through.
Oh no, we don't. But right, we could think about it from a logical perspective. When athletes normally have done 5 or 6
I've done
shows in a
6, 7
season,
shows in a season and wasn't frustrated.
yeah, but
no,
you're
Like,
no,
going. It's different, bro. You're
very
right.
different, right? I coach 100 athletes, and I see this consistently. Once
well,
you get
yo,
to show
Prob,
six or
so
seven,
I understand both sides. That's why I wasn't trying to project my shit on him neither.
no, no, but I think it's more so of just us giving an opinion on what normally happens to the average bodybuilder, right? Obviously,
Okay,
there's
okay,
genetic
okay. I dig
outliers.
what you're saying. I dig where y'all going with it.
So I see what you see though, Dre. I do see that his physique is worse than what it was in
It
previous
just looks
seasons.
tired, bro.
I agree, but what do you do in this situation? Like he's on the, if I'm not mistaken, he's like right on the
How many
brink.
I think
points?
he's good.
You
Yo,
think
he's
he's
got to
good?
run. Yo, where's he at, Drew?
Like I think 18.
Oh,
Oh, he's at 18?
Yo, bring it up. Elite
He's up there.
bodybuilding. Elite
I
bodybuilding.
I'm at 13 now. He has more than me. So it's
the
Where's he at?
only
Where's he at?
Yo,
he's
shout out to
up
this
there.
page. Shout out to this page, by the way. Updates it like every fucking chance they get. All right, here we go.
20. He's
Oh
good.
yeah, he's good, bro. He's good.
oh,
Because look, right?
He's good.
This is the problem, right? With that, I know what someone like Boss is having, right? In his own mental about whether he's going to shut it down or not, right? You can't put the cart before the horse.
Explain that.
So you have to qualify before you think about the Olympia.
You know, and the Olympia's close
Like you
too. So
can't
it's
be
like you
you
run
can't be
yourself into
thinking
the
about
ground.
like you can't be thinking, oh well, I have to do this for the Olympia when you're not even qualified for the Olympia yet.
but a
Well,
good thing. I talked to an athlete about this the other day. The good thing for Bassa, he now has 20 on the board.
I think it's Gucci.
There's 13 weeks till the Olympia.
I think it's Gucci.
he's
He could
good.
get healthy, and if he needs to jump back on at the last qualifier of the season just to get a
Yes.
couple of points, that will help him.
Yes.
So the other guys are in a tougher position because they got to run all the way to the Olympia now. He
Agreed.
at least gets a little bit of a break now in between and can get back out there.
I think the 20, I honestly think a 13 is going to get you in.
I agree.
Yeah, we
I
had
think
this conversation
When we
before that.
started, we were in like the 18 to 24 range. But as the season went on, and then you know what else had to point out last night to Drew, Alex? Yo, Alex, there's only 17 people qualified.
yeah, it's fucking wild.
There's only, as of right now, that means there's 42 people in the Olympia.
Wow, that's wild.
So
what's
think of the
crazy?
Jurassic chop from last, and then look now, right? Yo, do you understand if you make the 42s, let's say it's 45. If you make the 45, you earned your fucking spot, bro.
Facts.
What's really hard for these guys now, what people are forgetting, is when guys like Corey jump back on the circuit, most guys are going to be fighting for second and thirds, and those aren't going to be enough points to catch up to a Bassa who has 20, because you're not going to be able to get those wins on the board.
Did Bassa win this season, or that's accumulation to 20?
No,
Bro,
it's
that's
like
all.
5 seconds and like
That's all
fifth.
that's all accumulation.
Yeah,
And some
bro.
from last year.
I
He did
fuck with it.
Atlantic Coast last year.
I fuck with it.
Yeah.
So it's like he's in that deep. So in his mind, it could be, hey, am I good enough? I put in all this work. Am I going to make it to the O? Because clearly he wants to go to the O. He wouldn't do these shows if he didn't want to.
I mean, we have a guy sitting here. He just won two shows back to back, and he's in St. Pete. That's collecting off of guys who are thinking, a win would do a
He's
guy's
gonna
season
he's gonna
so
keep that
good.
board down. He's gonna keep those points in
Exactly.
reserve. So just do it, bro. All these new guys are not gonna get points. They won't pass me, so I'll be good.
Nah. At a point, Macho got to go sit down because
Of course.
we still need a top 10 at the Olympia,
But
bro.
Macho's also fresh. He's only been on prep for what,
Right,
12
right,
weeks?
right, 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 right.
Yeah.
I want to get to that real quick. Lastly, let's end with Emerson Dallas. I actually want to ask you, coming into this show, was there a specific
Who?
person,
Who?
Emerson,
Oh,
second place, coming into this show, was there anybody on your radar who you thought might be sharing that center stage with you?
Um, I don't really count people out because I am usually always the one that's counted out. So
Oh,
I don't want to
Yep.
be the one to be like,
I fuck
Yep.
with that
not worried
Macho.
about it,
I fuck with that
That's
Macho.
facts. That's facts right
People
there,
be
bro.
counting
Yeah.
me out and I be winning, so I can't count anybody else
Yeah,
out.
so man, this past weekend kind of shook up my world because now I can't do that anymore. I'm no longer the silent assassin.
Oh,
So
yeah, that shit dead, Macho.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
so
That shit dead, Macho.
Now you're
so
gonna be
now we're
tagged in
coming
all
in
these
like an
lists whenever you're on it.
F-15.
Yeah.
You
Macho, now
hear
everybody's coming
me?
for you this weekend.
Yeah.
Listen, I will say Emerson looked great, and
Emerson did look great.
you
I would
did
say he was definitely
He did.
on my list because last year he got me at Ace stage
okay.
and cool physique, cool dude, very nice man, like
Really nice dude, bro.
very, very nice man.
Really nice dude.
Yeah, and
So
you
I was
beat
like, he
somebody
got
who
me.
used to be your Achilles heel. When you stood next to people who were peeled, I think that's what kind of exposed what you didn't have. But this time you brought a new gun to the fight, and now you stood toe to toe with the guy who, again, might not have your structure, but has won in the past based off of conditioning, right? So you kind of conquered that mountain and you proved it because again, this was an on version of him. This was not off. But then,
That was a very good version of him.
yeah, but then fast forward 24 hours later, you were on stage again in Alabama. So one, did you just drive from, well, you must have drove from show to show. How long was that commute? And then was it anything different in the peaking process or explain to us how you managed that?
Probably not that long when you're on a cloud nine from just getting a dub.
So
Facts.
no, I'm tired. My feet hurt today
Yeah.
from standing on stage and walking around. But yeah,
Back in
we
peak week,
drove.
bro.
Yeah, now we're back in Pee Wee. But no, I had, I had a Dallas drive for me, so it was very easy to relax, eat, collect myself, sleep in the middle of the night. And we had a very late check. We got to Alabama at midnight, like 12:24, something like that, because we stayed late, had to talk to, people want to take pictures and all that jazz. So driving down, we had a little bit of a delay, but when we got in, I had to send my check-in pictures and then go to sleep, see how the body looks. I woke up and I was a pound lighter from that drive. So
No
I was
shit.
even tighter going into that show. So I got to eat a bit more to fill up that frame. And yeah, I mean, it's a crazy ride. Would I recommend it? Yeah, I'll probably do it again. Um, as long as I'm not driving, I'll take
How far
that.
was it? How far was the actual drive?
Three, 3.5, 4 hours.
Oh, damn.
Mm.
Let's just say 4 hours for bathroom breaks, microwave your food in the, gas station, do all that. Yeah.
Bro, okay. One that's
But
wild. All
Just
right.
gotta
So
listen to the Avatar and you're there, bro.
that's a fact. Ruben Glass did this last year. So did you coming into this show, was that an inspiration realizing that one, it's capable because someone did it last year, or is this something that was always on your mind? Because you mentioned Mile High was not your first show of the season.
yeah, Naha was not my first show. So originally I was gonna start my season off at the World Classic.
Okay.
And I was gonna do World Classic, St. Pete, Texas, and Chicago. Those were my four on my list.
Okay.
Right. And then as time was moving, body kept acting up and getting really fast, and we were like on point. So I just messaged Chris, like, hey, I have a town or I have a show in my hometown, no cost financially. I can just sleep, wake up, go to it. What are your thoughts? A week and a half later, we made the decision, pulled the trigger on it. Didn't really do anything, any type of manipulation, because this wasn't really the goal. So very fortunate to face off against like very formidable, opponents and all that. But taking second place, I was like, you know what, I'm not mad. Um, I was talking to Dre backstage, like
Word.
I was
Word.
I was
Me and Macho chilling back there. Like,
yeah.
yo, look, yo, dead serious. Like, Macho literally just pulled up. Like, it wasn't even like he was competing in the show. He had a client. He's like, yo, Dre, it's cheaper for me to do the show than buy the backstage pass.
Yeah.
Dre called me and told me this. He's like, "Yo, check this out." He's like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna." He told me he's just gonna compete in it because it's cheaper. And
He's
look, you
like,
got to check anyways,
then
and
like he's
some
doing the
stage
show,
time.
like he's doing the show. We in the show, right? And he's
Yeah,
just
hey,
like,
I hope the promoter doesn't watch this, but
we
yeah.
in the show, and he's just like, yeah, I gotta wait. My client gotta go on the show. So yeah, Dre, I'm gonna just be here all day hanging out. Like this is a guy in the show.
That is wild,
Yeah, he
bro.
was in the show. He didn't win, so that was a bummer, but he was able to get second place in his class, and the guy that beat him got the award. So I'm like, I'm not mad.
Yeah,
Same thing happened to me your first show, you'll be all
Okay,
right.
okay.
you can't be mad at it, bro. Um, when I saw this, I was backstage when this was being recorded. This is when I realized that a new level was getting ready to take the stage. This was nasty, bro. And then
Yeah,
let me ask you
yeah,
this: do you think you bought a better package than this 24 hours later?
big time. And here's where we come back to in the beginning, right? I overanalyze. So I spent maybe 3 hours in the car looking at video, looking at posing, looking at the physique. How do I change it? So the posing kind of changed very slightly going into the next show. I was a bit more confident. I was polished. Probably could probably see that I was chills. Like I know what to do and how to execute. So I was laying down. I'm like, all right, let's just get it. Um, but yeah, 24 hours, man, huge difference. I was even tighter, even yeah, just more relaxed. Obviously, you can't get fuller because it's not a whole lot of time to eat and fill up without having that bubble gut.
Good thing for you is,
So,
you have round, full muscle bellies, so you don't need to
oh,
necessarily always be fuller, right? Because the physique's round to a certain extent. So, you did what you needed to do.
oh yeah, I woke up a little bit fuller, which was crazy. But as the time went on, I kind of started going down and fading a little bit.
Okay,
So it's like, do I want to keep the fullness or do I want to have ab control? So I just went with the ab control and tightness.
I love it, brother. It's been really impressive, man. For somebody to qualify for the Olympia basically in 24 hours, again, you've arrived, bro. You're no longer the guy that the silent assassin. You're on everybody's radar, So I'm excited to see you. Let me ask you this before we jump into St. Pete. What is your expectation going into this year's Olympia?
Um, no real hard expectation. I would
He wants
say.
nah, you in the 10, bro. Fuck that, Macho.
No,
I would say I'm letting Chris control the
Talk
narrative
your
and
shit,
control
nah,
everything.
Macho.
I'm gonna
Macho, what
show
we
up
not gonna do is this
and
humble shit right now, Macho. What we not gonna do is this extra humble shit right now, Macho. Talk
the thing is
your
the work
shit.
I'm gonna do the work and the physique will tell this whole story. So.
Oh, he gonna do this shit to us now. Oh, here he
I'm
go.
always like that. I'm always like
Here
that.
we
You
go.
know what?
He gonna leave us
I
with a
feel like
cliffhanger.
Macho's the type of guy that'll be in the 10 and still stay the same exact thing.
100%,
I don't
100%,
think it's
Agreed.
bro.
gonna change anything.
Agreed.
So
Agreed.
so really like I'm so purpose driven in life that I can fall down the stairs and like, it was meant to happen. This is fine. So there's a bigger goal for
It's
me,
fine.
and this is just a stepping stone to where I gotta go.
Dallas, you're a good dude, man. Like I said,
I
I don't know.
appreciate that.
I didn't know much about you coming into this, but
Oh, this is gonna be a good one, Alex. I'm like,
yeah,
no, Skinny Macho. Yeah, we rolling.
but
I'm here. I'm
I'll
here.
talk my shit for you, bro. It was that
I
moment
appreciate that.
when I
And that's
saw
the
you,
best part.
bro. When I saw you backstage, that was that moment when I realized you're a top tenor. Now, again, it's a lot of work to break past that 10 to be with those other guys. But bro, your physique truly is not missing anything. You are balanced from top to bottom, front to back, side to side, bicep to bicep. Bro, it's insane to see it, right? Yes,
I
there's
also think
certain muscle groups that can be fuller, certain things to add a little bit more density. That's where you have 9 pounds to continue to grow into it. But like Dre said, everything is there. Everything is
even
there.
Yeah,
for
I'm
the
in this for
men,
the long run. So longevity is my goal here. So I'm gonna be in this sport for a while, for a very long time, and I'm gonna continue to fine tune it. When the time comes, a lot of people have been saying just go to classic, so we'll see. But I've got 9 pounds to really make a pretty physique out of it,
You don't need 9 pounds,
and
bro.
it's
No,
it's
you don't need
I
nine.
don't need it. I really don't want to max out the cap
Yeah.
because I think this looks good. I just need to just polish, like you guys said, And having Chris, really behind the helm of everything, he'll just put me in the right direction,
Yeah,
man.
absolutely. But
100%.
now let's talk about St. Pete. What made you want to jump in now to your third show in 2 weekends?
Yeah. So when St. Pete got announced like 2 years ago, there was a
Wait,
post on the
hold up,
wall.
though. Hold up.
It was, uh,
Hold up. Yo, it's his fourth show in 3 weekends,
Yeah.
though, bro. Like, don't shortchange him
Good
on the
point.
yeah, yeah,
back
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Good
end.
point.
No, so like the pose in the war really is something that I want to try and grab. I wanted to do it last year and the year before, but I ended my prep the weekend of the Mile High, which is like 2 weeks before St. Pete. But yeah, I just want that pose in the war just to showcase the art that I do build with this physique. And just my goal is to show the world who Dallas Botchway is and pull Ghana on the map ultimately. So I gotta go do my thing in different states. Yeah.
Good, Rob.
This last weekend with two back-to-backs, man. The Ghana's on the map, and then so is Dallas Botchway now. Everybody's looking at this lineup, going, Dallas is the guy to beat. You just won two back-to-back like that,
All
and
day.
within a day difference.
All day.
You might be what? I don't think there's anybody is there anybody who's won 3 shows who's qualified right now? I don't think anybody's won 3 shows. Yeah.
Chiron.
Oh yeah, he did last year. Last year.
Chiron, and no, he's won 3 shows. The Pittsburgh Pro was his third win.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
won 3 shows.
I'm saying he won it like
Um,
in the
yo,
qualification.
what's his name? Dude,
Francisco Martinez.
that's exactly who.
Yep.
Cisco.
Three people.
So really, it's written in stone, whatever it is, right? So I don't really think about winning or showing up to win. I show up to bring the absolute best and let the judges decide. Because if I had to choose, I will pick me every time, but it's not up to me.
Yeah, of course you're supposed to pick you, Macho. Fuck out of here. Yeah, fuck
So I'm
out of
gonna just
here,
show
bro.
up. I'm gonna just show up and let them do their thing.
If it was up to me, I'm gonna pick me every time. You better.
So what's unique about this? I think this is the first time that we're doing a pre-show, kind of analysis, and we have three
See
people.
the guys in it.
We have 3 people who are on this list, which I think is pretty badass. So let's quickly run down it. Obviously, Dallas, George Brown, Ricardo Sinat is making his first 2026 debut. Drew, Andre, picking out Juan Gochez, Weston McDonald, Jamal Everett.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Jamal Everett. Yep.
Cash Gucci.
And I know Tyler Wilson was in a first call up this year as well. So this is a pretty steep, top 5, top 6.
Oh yeah, it's a great
How many
list.
guys on the list have already made it for who's already made a top 5 on the list?
Ooh, that's a good question. So obviously Dallas, I think George was in the top 5. Ricardo would be in the top 5. He hasn't competed this year. So you can count him. Drew Cullen, Andre, let me see.
Gochez has made
Juan
top 5.
Gochez
Weston
and Weston, bro. And technically Tyler Wilson has been in the first call out also.
Yep.
So go ahead and redo that whole list and take me out of the top 5 because I need motivation. I can every time Tyler's online.
Yo, count that over.
So I can do.
Yo, Alex, how many people is that?
And who's been in that top 5?
Yeah, when you counted the people you just named, how many of it was it? 8?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
8 guys.
Yeah, yep, 8.
All right. So the first call is gonna be 8.
Oh, that's a good point. Damn, it's gonna be.
Because look, even if because like I say like this, right? Say all the people you name don't make the call, they're still gonna bring out 8. Even if they switch a couple other guys that might make it in there, Jack bringing out 8.
I mean, the main thing here is everybody has to be at 100%.
Yeah,
got to bring your A game.
Yeah, that's the thing. You said it perfectly. Any one of these 8 people can jump that next person, right? If Dallas comes in off, then there's no doubt that a Drew can jump, right?
Oh, anybody can. Anybody can.
Oh yeah, this is.
I'm peaking 2 days in a row though, so that's cool for me.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
I think anybody can win in the
Macho,
top
you might not
8.
know.
Really...
I'm actually doing the master show in this one too, and masters go on stage right after check-in on Friday, so I get to peak twice. So I get to peak on Friday, see how the look come out, and then I get to go peak again on Saturday.
Drew, we can do the exact same thing, but not step on stage and be comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Look, how do they handle check-ins with that? Do you just check in once?
They said that check-in is right before it, so check-in's at like 2 o'clock, no, 3 o'clock for us, and then prejudging starts at 4. They said
Okay.
it's rolling right into it.
Damn. All right. Well, that's going to be everyone's excited for that battle,
Yeah,
bro.
so I'm pulling up to check-in ready for the show.
In your shorts.
In your shorts.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Have you made a decision on what shorts you're wearing this go around?
Yes, I did.
Go get them real quick. Let's see.
Nah, I ain't showing y'all. I ain't showing.
Come on,
Just because
bro.
I made the decision don't mean I'm showing your punk ass, bro.
Do we know who's judging St. Pete?
I
Jack.
mean, Alex, I'll show you later.
Fair. I like it. Well, listen, Drew, on this list, who do you want to stand next to?
The favorite.
No, you want to stand next to me so we can get our buddy picture, bro. Shut up.
I didn't say who the favorite was in my eyes.
I'm about to say, bro, we got.
No, I'm
we
just
got-
playing.
we
Andre
gotta
already
get that
knows. I've
pic-
been telling his ass I needed
Yeah,
him in
he's like,
Toronto
bro,
for
you
all
gonna
these years.
sign this shit and it's going
Yeah.
on my wall.
Yeah, no, I told him. I go, Andre's the reason why. So him and Brandon, the reason why I got into this.
He said, bro, you're gonna sign this picture and I'm putting it on my wall.
Yeah, put it right. I'm gonna put it right here. I'm gonna take down the Spider-Man. I'm gonna put it right there.
I think people are sleeping on Ricardo.
No,
I'm
don't
excited.
say they're sleeping. Come on, man. Nobody's
Bro.
sleeping on Ricardo. We know
You see how much muscle this guy has? How the fuck can we sleep? He could barely fucking fit through the door. We can't miss him, bro. We can't miss him.
Yeah, he's putting on a lot of muscle this year,
Yeah.
so I'm very interested to see.
You
how
think
that
we gonna
looks.
miss this shit, Alex?
I just haven't heard a lot of people talking about him, and he has been posting updates. I just haven't heard a
We
lot of
just
people
ain't talking because everybody like, God damn, that's why. What the fuck?
I feel like a lot of people haven't been talking, honestly, because the season's been starting off so strong. Every show you go to, there's such good guys. It's like they're just focused on one show at a time. And now finally, he's on the circuit, and now people
I
can
agree
talk
with
about
that
him.
too, Prob. Yeah, I definitely. I'll say this though. He's not at 100% yet.
I agree. I think he's going to need another show to be.
So look, click on that top middle. Click on that top middle, Alex. Yeah, that one right there, Alex. Right? Yo, Alex, he's a long way off from this.
Yeah, this was his best look ever, bro.
Yeah, and look, he's a long way off from that kind of conditioning right now.
Yeah.
Do I still have him in the top 3, top 4? No doubt about it. Even not in peak shape, I still got him in the 4.
Mm-hmm. So you think his structure is it his structure?
Bro, this shit is under not yo. It's a lot. It's really overwhelming for a lot of people, bro.
It is.
Like he might not be able to overwhelm Macho or guys that are in peak shape already, but most of the guys who ain't in peak shape and you don't have a peak structure, he's gonna overwhelm everybody, bro. Mm-hmm. Shit, if I ain't at my best, he gonna overwhelm me. It's a lot of fucking muscle, bro.
Yeah, Ricardo's good. He's very good.
It's impressive.
But then again, this is a very good lineup. We just talked about 8 guys who have been in the first call out already. Guys who are. Drew's coming off a second place. Dallas is coming off a win. There's guys here that are very, very dangerous, and that's what makes bodybuilding so fun week by week in men's physique. Everybody's coming out to play now. Everybody has to come out to play to get points.
This show is the show where you can end up in 2nd or 5th just by eating an extra cup of rice, or maybe you drank too many liters of water.
I feel like that's every show now, though, right? I tell people it's such a game of fine.
Y'all fuck with you on that too, bro.
You know what shocked me was now, Joe from Body Be1. I was like, what happened?
Yeah,
whoa, I forgot about that. That's a good point.
I think they just felt he was too swollen compared to the rest of the lineup.
No. I've seen Joe sharper than this. He was not.
He wasn't as sharp as he. That's what I mean by swollen. Like he looked too swollen. He didn't look sharp.
Not just full, like
especially from the back.
It looked swollen to me, not full.
Yeah. Because him and I were backstage.
Like, look, his chest. Look, his chest is flat, but he looks swollen still.
It honestly is. If I was even concerned about the fronts, when he turns to the back, is where you can see the real discrepancy lies. This is where he.
Where? Wait, you were at the show. Right, Bob?
Yeah, I was there. Yeah, that's where he missed him.
Yeah, especially when you compare it to what he just brought a couple weeks prior.
And you know what's wild though, Alex? I still think that shit looks awesome.
He has a phenomenal physique.
I still think this shit looks awesome.
Probably enjoyed some American food. That's why he's not used to it.
Facts.
We could actually give the perfect example though. I forgot his name. Who was next to you, Macho, in the first call out center stage for prejudging?
Uh,
Mario.
Mario.
Mario
So,
Mario.
Stewart.
so Mario
Mario.
just went from seventh at the World Classic to
Yes.
second, So that's
Yes.
what tells you how quickly things can change.
Oh, Mario was third.
Oh, third. Yeah, my bad. He went to third. Yeah, he was splitting center for prejudging, and then he
But
went
what
to
he's
third.
saying is that he went from seventh to third
Yes,
in
yes,
in,
yes,
in
yes.
one day.
Crazy.
Um, let me pull this up here. I wanted to break down.
Truthfully, I think Drew's the head runner going into St. Peter. I just want to clarify.
Yo,
The
I'm
man is
dead. Nah, Macho, you
nah.
not
Look,
ducking
look,
that
look.
got
He's
shit.
got
it.
more
Yo,
Olympians than
Macho
me.
is the
You don't.
He's got
favorite.
more. No, 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 no. I respect, the people that have come before me, and Drew's the head
Yo,
runner. That's
nah,
who I'm
man. Yo, I'm coming all in. Yo,
headhunting.
Macho, I'm coming all in the comments. I'm gonna text you every day. All that. Nah, Macho, you the favorite, cuz. I'm
Hey,
texting
guess
Macho in the
what?
morning.
My
Yo,
energy is
Macho
being
gonna wake up.
protected, bro.
Yo, Macho, you gonna wake up and you just gonna laugh when you wake up. I don't know what I'm texting you yet, but when I think about it in the morning, my whole goal is for Macho to pick up his phone and just start dying laughing.
I feel like that will be something a little bit different for you though, Macho. You'll go into these shows now as a front runner and the mindset shifts a little bit.
True.
Now people are hunting you down rather than you hunting them down in the season.
All I ask is, guys, just keep putting me in the top five. Just say it so I can hear it, because I've got that Jordan, mentality going, so I can, get some more going.
Yo, but what's funny though, Prab? Because of the like, right? So I know Macho now after a couple years, right? So I'm gonna tell you the kind of person Macho is. Whether he's the favorite or not, to him, that he's not the favorite. Like to him, it's not that he's not the favorite in his head. It's he's doing the same thing whether he's the favorite or not.
I
It's
think
gonna be the same Macho.
I'll forever have a underdog mentality, just because I'm a little guy, and so it's just something that people count me out, So I kind of built that over time, and even
But,
if I
but
think
I
I'm the best on paper, but I'll always feel like I need to work harder to
I
get to
will
where
say
I gotta
one thing
go.
for you though, right? I feel like last year we could have, written you off a little bit, put you in different placings. This year you have showed us a different level of conditioning, and all I needed to do is see that once to start putting you in every mix now. Start being like, hey man, if he shows up with that again, he's dangerous. Because
I fuck with that too.
last year there's a little bit more to be desired, right? Like even when I talked to him before the stage, it was kind of like, we talk about Reek. It's like, God, I want that little bit of extra from him. There's certain guys we want a little bit extra from. That was you last year. Now finally you hit that next threshold where this year I'm looking at you going, that's a guy on my radar. You know,
Yep.
Yo,
you
I'm
can't.
lounging way too hard over here. We on the podcast.
He's
I'm over
grumpy.
here. I'm like, wait a minute. Yo, I looked at myself in the corner. I'm like this underneath.
Brother
I'm
could
like,
like go to
hold up. Let me
sleep.
sit up. Let me sit up a little bit.
Listen, Dallas, all of you guys, basically. I know you guys are in peak week. I appreciate you guys hopping on. Um, one last question, bro. All right, we'll keep it short. We'll keep it simple. Where do you store your syrup? Is it in the pantry or is it in the fridge?
Ooh, yo, you've been sleeping on asking everybody that lately.
He
I know.
has, he has,
I've been fucking up.
bro. It's in the pantry.
I'm
That's
about
what
to
I'm
say,
fucking
answer the
talking
damn
about.
question, Macho.
That's
And
what
in
I'm
fact,
talking
I'll
about.
warm it up
That's
after I
what
put
I,
Oh, let's
it.
go. Yo, Macho gave the best answer, yo. Because
that's a fact.
Alex, we heat our shit up, but we didn't say that in our
I
answer. But
know.
yo,
I hit my shit up every time.
Macho said the
Listen.
best.
Alex needs to re-ask me because the first time he asked me, I wasn't in New Jersey, and now I'm engaged to Maria's Latin. So now we keep it in the pantry.
No,
Yeah,
ain't no way you switched up, my boy.
Wait a
I had no
minute.
choice,
Wait a
bro.
minute. Wait
She
a minute.
she
Yo,
she tells me.
did you hear how he said it? Because if you heard how he said it, that wasn't his choice. Like she told him,
Oh
yo,
yeah,
No,
we
it
keep
wasn't my
this shit
choice,
in the
bro.
pantry, bro. And
It
he was
wasn't my
just
good
choice.
like,
decision.
and he
Yeah,
was probably just like,
yeah,
all right,
I
I
love
guess
it.
we
yeah.
keep it in the pantry.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
one thing that's really nice this weekend is I'm finally home for a week, so I could actually drive to St. Pete and watch
Hell,
this live with my
fuck
own
yeah.
eyes. Sit
Yes.
there front
Sweet,
row.
bro.
Wait, hold on. I got a question for y'all, right? For both of y'all. How far y'all live from there?
I'm
We both live like in
25 minutes away.
Oh
what's the
shit.
best gym? I fly in tomorrow.
you
Am I
flying in, are you
40?
flying into St. Peter or Tampa?
Tampa, or is there a St.
Uh,
Pete airport? I don't know.
there's a St. Pete airport, but you got to go to MI-40, right? That's
And
the
my
most,
40 sick lighting, bro. Trust me.
yeah, it's the
It's
most
dope.
popular
Good equipment.
bodybuilding local gym down here. There's Champs Elysium, which is Derek Lunsford's gym, which is a dope gym. That's in Clearwater, so it's not too far.
Metroflex is a great one.
Oh yeah,
All right,
flex,
so
flex is
let me
good.
ask you this question, Alex. Which gym is the closest to the venue?
Ooh, that's a good counterculture. I think it's in St. Pete.
Counter's
So,
really
Because
good.
because what I mean is this, right? So how far is MI40 from there?
20
25
minutes.
minutes?
Yep.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not
No,
bad. Oh,
no.
I thought it's like I thought you're making it seem like it's 40 minutes away, but
No,
there's that other gym is right up the
it's
block.
literally
No.
St. Pete and Tampa. They're two
Yeah,
different
it's
things.
right over.
They're literally right.
Tampa's right
It's a
over the
bridge.
bridge. Yeah,
It-
Tampa's
yes,
right over the bridge.
exactly. It's just a bridge that connects them. But Dallas, when you get down here,
Uh, let's just say Wednesday morning. I fly in tomorrow evening, but I'm not gonna be doing shit till Wednesday.
all right,
Start my
yeah.
language.
At some point, if we can all connect and whether go to the gym at the same time or something.
I land on Wednesday at 5, and
Okay.
I'm gonna you know what? I'm gonna save my lift for when I land. So like
Okay.
I'll do cardio in the morning and shit, but I'll save my lift for when I get there.
Perfect.
What
Drew,
do
you
you
get
got
down
there?
Thursday?
Thursday early morning, like
All right.
6 a.m. I forgot. I gotta send you the flight.
Yeah. Let's figure out a time on Thursday to all connect. But
Oh, and I know. Well, me and you gonna connect on Thursday because you know what we do. I mean on two. I mean on Wednesday when I get there. Wednesday
I
when I
got
get
you.
there.
I got you. I got you.
Me and you gonna connect.
Listen, Dallas, I appreciate you hopping on, man. Like I said in the beginning, I thought you were one of those people who I've known from a distance for a long time. But I wanted to kind of peel back the hood a little bit and get a chance to actually know you outside of the stage. Again, you're a humble man, but I also think that your last couple of, hours, I guess you could say, can warrant the opposite, brother. You're a dog right now. All right. So
We
whether
like Skinny Macho,
just
man. We like
because
Skinny Macho.
yeah, I mean, and a shout out to Luck too, because Luck was the first one who pushed
We like
one
Skinny
and
Macho. Yo,
everyone.
dope physique, good dude, bro. Like, yo, like, I don't use that word humble because I don't like that shit. Because a lot of people overuse
Yeah.
it and they try to make you less of yourself to make them feel comfortable. But yo, Macho's just a dope dude, bro. He got a dope physique, cool motherfucker. That's it, bro.
That's simple, brother. We appreciate you. Good luck, all three of you guys at the show. Anything you need down while you're down here in Tampa, let me know, and we'll run it back again next week. See y'all.
Ah.